Hey guys, today I thought it was important to have a brief conversation about the dangers of autoerotic asphyxiation, as well as what you can do if you find somebody who has come to harm. Autoerotic asphyxiation is particularly dangerous, and that's because people are manipulating the amount of blood and oxygen that goes to the brain. The way that they do this is they could be putting pressure against the carotid arteries. Now, if you have a look at this diagram, you can actually see that the carotid arteries are very, very close to the surface of the neck. So any pressure against there can block the amount of blood that's going to the brain. The carotids are also interesting is that they're highly innervated by nerves, and what can happen is that when any pressure is on the carotid artery, it can slow the heart, and in some cases it can stop the heart, leading to a heart attack and rapid unconsciousness and potentially death. And that's the issue around this, is that we can't predict how this is going to happen in some people. So if you come across a person who is unconscious and you suspect that something's going on, they may have a rope or something around their neck, the first thing to do is to call for help, whether that be calling an ambulance. If there's somebody else in the house with you or around you, get them to call an ambulance while you assist the person. Anything that's around the neck needs to be removed. So if you have scissors, cut that away very carefully, of course, or loosen it and get it off them. The next thing is to assess, is the person conscious? So if they're unable to speak, or if they're non-responsive to squeezing of the shoulders or gentle rubbing of that, lay them down and just assess, is the person breathing or not? If they're breathing, put them in the recovery position and wait for the ambulance to turn up. If their breathing is laboured, what you can do is just gently bring the jaw forward and see if that makes the breathing easier. However, if that's not enough, you may need to start CPR. In a person who's not breathing, you need to start CPR and continue that until the ambulance arrives. This is why I always recommend that all people who are involved in anything should get basic CPR training, because it can actually save a life. So guys, the main points that I wanted to convey is that autoerotic asphyxiation is super dangerous, and it's very unpredictable, and for this reason a lot of people have come to harm from this, and I cannot recommend it in any way. Even if it's an expert who's there to supervise, it can still go wrong. And when it does go wrong, the first aid is get help, get an ambulance coming straight away. If there's ropes or anything around the neck, they need to be removed, cut off, loosened, and gotten away from the neck. And then assess if the person is breathing, put them into a position, the recovery position, that will allow them to breathe as easy as possible until an ambulance arrives. Or if they are not breathing, you need to start CPR straight away and continue until the ambulance arrives. So guys, please stay safe and look after each other, and most importantly, look after yourself. If you even have, it's just not worth it. Nothing is worth that level of risk. Yeah. So guys, please look after yourselves.